Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
10 most beautiful small towns to visit in France. Let's see, so we did the top 25 places. This is just the towns, which is interesting. Let's see. Small towns too. I don't know any small towns in France.
Welcome back, folks, to a brand new video.
Is this the same person who did it
Paris
before?
for a city break, but it's left you feeling unfulfilled. But other parts of the country are filled with medieval towns and villages that will take you back to its ancient past. And I think you should visit during the early autumn to springtime to avoid the summers. So let's look at 10 stunning
That's
villages
many
to visit in France.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Paris?
Number 1, Yvoire.
Oh, okay.
Now this is a medieval city built in the early 14th century. Located on the French shore of Lake Geneva.
700 people.
You know everybody. You know everybody.
Between Geneva and Evian.
Wow, very small.
So while small, the town of Yvoire is packed with history. Known for its restored medieval homes and buildings, the town overlooks Lake Geneva.
So on the border of Switzerland, I guess.
So you can walk around the town and stop by the remarkable Garden of the Five Senses, which is designed to please all 5 of your senses, such as the colourful and fragrant plants, where you can sometimes pluck the flowers and feel or taste them, if that's your thing. But while touring the town, you can also stop by Yvoire Castle, which was built during the 14th century. Or later on, head down to Lake Geneva for a super cold swim.
Wow,
So
very beautiful.
Yvoire is a bit of a pain to get.
That's a cool little small town. Wow, very beautiful vibe. Interesting. 700 people. So
I feel like if you walk through, everyone's going to be like, who is this person? Who are you?
I think so. I think if it's like a popular tourist destination, then all 700 people have to be like in hospitality, right?
To, but you can take a train
Even
from
the
Paris
babies?
to Geneva, which
Yeah, the
is
babies
just
do
over
more.
3 hours. You can then go via the ferry from Geneva to Yvoire, or you can take the bus.
Interesting. Wow, very cool.
Number 2, Balazuc, France. Now this is a stunning medieval village that's perched on
Even less?
Even less.
Wow.
Okay, now here you definitely know everybody.
a rocky promontory overlooking the Ardèche River.
Wow.
Now this village is characterized by its narrow cobblestone streets, its ancient golden stone houses,
How many
and
families
the
can
medieval
live there
castle
then?
ruins.
Like, different families.
So what is the average family? Let's say 4 people.
Yeah, but then your cousins.
So is that your family or no? Or is that separate
Let's say,
family?
oh, well,
Well,
the same lineage.
let's say about 100 families, roughly.
In fact, Balazuc has been recognized as one of the most beautiful villages in
That's
France.
pretty. I like the
I
architectural
think it's due
design.
to its historic charm and, of course, the scenic location.
Yeah, very historic.
Now, one of the crowning jewels of Balazuc is its medieval castle,
You know,
especially
I'm curious inside if it's as historical looking as it look outside, or is it like, did they do like a modern kind of renovation inside?
Well, it depends on the owner, but I would think if it's like that historic, they would preserve it.
as it sits in a stunning location right above the village. And the castle's imposing ruins makes you imagine the lives of the nobles who once called it home. And from the ramparts,
see
you gaze upon the
anyone.
Ardèche River,
Where's
which
everyone?
Well, there's only 380 people.
winds its way through the picturesque countryside below. So this is a great way to go deep into France and explore some villages that don't really get that much tourism. Number 3, Saint-Émilion. Now just a short 40-minute train ride from Bordeaux, you will find one of the best medieval towns in France. A stunning UNESCO-listed hilltop town,
That's a little
which
more
has a
people.
long tradition of winemaking. Here. So probably the most famous monument of
These
Saint-Émilion
grapes look so good.
is the 12th century monolithic church. And its name suggests it's carved from stone. But while the church itself is well hidden in the rock, if you're interested in architecture, the tower is a fascinating monument by itself.
Kingstone. A lot of history.
Number 4. Vogue, France.
Oh, wait.
Now this is another delightful village that's nestled right in the heart of the Ardèche region.
Seems like a lot
A land
of
of rustic
like castle type, like from from those days when the castles were built. A lot of them like remained the buildings.
beauty and riverside charm. It's perched gracefully on the banks of the Ardèche River, and it's a very picturesque escape that stands out for its individuality. Wandering through the winding streets, you'll feel that authentic ambience of a rural French village. Traditional stone houses line the lanes, each with its own
It's
story
very
to tell.
relaxing.
Not a lot of people. Which kind of
Now, one of the distinctive features
I
is
don't
its
know. I
ancient
think I need
bridge
to see
that
people, the
spans the
people watching,
Ardèche
you
River,
know?
connecting the villages to the surrounding countryside.
that's kind of what begs me questioning is, are these popular tourist destinations?
Yeah, because sometimes you want to see, okay, other people, their lifestyle.
Because if they're not popular tourist destinations, how would you even go there? There's no hotels, so we couldn't stay.
Yeah.
So like you just go like what for to
Other
drive
day.
by it, to stop for a couple of hours and go to somewhere else.
The bridge's arches and views
Oh,
of the
hotel.
river
There you go.
add that unique element to your holiday. So it may not have a medieval castle like its neighbouring villages.
I would guess that's like the
but
only hotel in
its
town.
simplicity
Mm.
and its
Small town.
unspoiled beauty are its trademarks.
Check out these deals of the week at Walgreens.
Number 5.
Avignon.
Gordes.
Oh, Gordes. How? What is she showing
So
in
this
these maps?
is a picturesque hilltop medieval French village that's located in the heart of Provence. In its early existence, Rome
I noticed a lot of them are on the hills.
Yeah.
That's how you had to be on the hill to for defenses, because it's harder to fight up the hill.
Romans occupied the area, leaving behind columns, theatres, and artifacts in the surrounding landscapes. But Gordes is not a big destination, but quite a small yet charming place instead. So when you do visit, which is 55 minutes by car, or far longer if you're taking public transport, you can even see all of the village in a day.
That's cool.
To be frank, Gordes has
I can
nothing
imagine at night, it's
adventurous
like,
to do, but wanderlust
There's nobody
is the
there.
thing
Yeah,
that will be
exactly.
satisfied.
Everybody's sleeping. That's what
You
you're
will
supposed to
fill
be
your
doing.
cameras with photos. So if you love discovering details and exploring off the beaten path destinations, Gordes can be the place you're looking for.
I don't know if that's for me.
The small town.
Number 6.
They're quite small.
Dinan.
Well,
Like,
this,
you don't see people at all.
well, this is to
Dinan
visit, not to
city
live.
is defined by its charming half-timbered houses.
Okay, that's about the size of here.
The
Okay.
town, which sits along the river, is how you would literally visualize a Brothers Grimm fairy tale.
Oh,
Slightly
that's very-
dark and steeped in history. with
I
hidden
feel like
mysteries.
this is where like Belle from Disney lived.
So as I mentioned, the town stands on the river with its
Also, you know what kind of
dating
is
back to the
different,
11th century.
interesting in this video? I feel like there isn't like I guess sunny, it's a little gloomy, because the towns are kind of they're small, they're old, and the weather is kind of cloudy, so it gives that little gloomy vibe too.
Surviving several attacks from the English, Therefore,
Whereas like when we see like on the coast, on the water, the beach is always like sunny. It just gives
I'm feeling a little sad
Yeah.
watching this though.
it gives a little different mood.
many
Yeah.
buildings today, you will see
Like I feel like
date
I would be
several hundred
walking
years.
and serenading, making a poem,
But
a
there's one
song.
picturesque street which transports you from the top of the town to the port area along the river. And it's easily one of the best places to visit in Brittany. And if you are planning to visit the
With less
Brittany
stories.
region,
Oh,
a
no,
perfect
okay.
place would be to stay in Dinan.
He seems to be very anti like business tourism.
Which is, if you don't want tourism, why are you promoting these cities here?
Yeah.
But then again, I don't think he's from France though. So I mean,
Number
yeah,
7, Ez.
it's
Now this is a wonderful seaside commune in the Côte d'Azur region in southeastern France.
what's the population?
So besides its many beaches, there are plenty of other places to see while in this medieval seaside town. For instance, the Nietzsche Path is a really difficult trail that winds through the local cliffs and gives panoramic views of the sea. Now the distance is around 5 kilometers, and there's a sign at the bottom of the path at sea level that basically lets you know it'll take about an hour and a half to complete uphill. So be warned, it is
This
very
place looks
steep.
more bright.
I'm talking
Because it's more
sweat
southern,
levels.
it immediately
Yeah,
more sun.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
once you're there, there's also the botanical garden filled with exotic plants.
Because this is like almost
And
on the
as I said-
Mediterranean.
You get some wonderful panoramic views of the sea.
Yeah, on the sea.
Yeah.
There you go. You see the sun immediately. Just makes a huge difference.
Difference, yeah. Cause I feel like in the other places I feel a little isolating because it's like
Number
oh,
8, Charroux.
It did make the lack of sun kind of made it gloomy.
Now this is a medieval town with a rich past, and it's listed among the most beautiful villages of France. It reminds me of Ez in the south of France, and I've mentioned France 4 times in the first 10 seconds. And you will find ancient houses, a 12th century church, a bell tower,
I'm impressed how the
Clock tower,
structures they're so like
market halls
preserved.
Yeah,
with
it's
wooden
remains
pillars,
since over centuries.
residences with timber frames from the 14th century, and fortified doors and wells. So if you really like wandering through charming villages and finding small trinkets and artistic products, this is another place to head to, which is in central France.
If you're sharing a hotel room with friends, you're also
Number 9, Le Poët-Laval. Le Poët-Laval,
I like
a
the flowers.
picturesque village in the southeastern region of France, where time seems to have stood still in the medieval era.
Ooh.
No cars, no traffic, just a peaceful atmosphere. The cobbled side streets lined with old houses, a nice place for a stroll. It's full of charm and authenticity.
But it doesn't seem to even
So
have
it's
the
no
road.
surprise that it's
No.
listed as one of the most
It's
beautiful
pretty.
villages in France.
That's so interesting.
Founded in
So
the 12th
what people do
century
for exercise? They don't have a gym.
No, they walk.
by the order of St. John, and back then a castle stood at the top of the village. But now a keep and ramparts are all that remain. So there's a hotel with quite a decent restaurant and only an hour's ride from Valence, which seems like the easiest route to get there.
Wow. So do you think they have Wi-Fi?
Number 10, Mont Saint-Michel.
I don't know. Oh, we saw this.
This was
Now,
impressive
this
for me.
is
Population
indeed
50.
a
What?
medieval architectural marvel.
No, this was
It's a small
incredible.
This one was really
island
cool. I love
located in Normandy,
this.
France, and is well known.
Yeah, this
for
was the
its
most-
stunning abbey
I could
perched atop the island's
Yeah,
highest
this
point.
was the most impressive thing that we saw the France video.
The abbey,
Yeah.
which dates back to the 8th century, is a prime example of medieval architecture, and it's renowned for its Gothic design.
This literally looks like a
The
ginormous
Atlantic
castle
Abbey
that people
has
still
a
live
very
in. You know?
rich history, once a strategic stronghold and a centre of medieval pilgrimage.
Definitely a stronghold.
So of course, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site today, and a very popular tourist destination. But upon reflection, it reminds me of how amazing the past builders were,
Yeah.
and what they may think of how the world looks today.
Oh, yeah.
No, this one is incredible.
So people really live there.
Well, 50 people do, but is that it? I guess that's it. Yeah, so 50 people live there, but I would guess, you know, all of the 50 people actually work and like, you know, the little
Maintaining.
souvenir shops, maybe like a little restaurant there, because it
Oh.
seems like to be like a huge tourist destination. So, but this one, yeah,
Yeah.
This one was incredible.
This I would be number 51. Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, and as always, share as much kindness as possible.